In today's video, not only will you learn how to get your troubled toenails back on track, but we explore the reality of what happens when professional trust breaks down and how integrity in the beauty and business industry makes or breaks success. You'll hear honest advice, relatable stories, and insight into how we protect the integrity of the Meticulous Manicurist network. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
A lot of it's like pressure for our parents.
I created this QR code just for you to make it super easy to stay connected and access everything of mine in one place. My videos, my foot care tools, my nail training, exclusive offers, everything. Just scan it on your phone and you'll be taken directly to my official links page. Be sure to save it and bookmark it so you'll never lose it. Whether you're shopping for tools, learning new techniques, or you just need help with your feet, this is your all-in-one resource. Watch as I carefully trim, smooth, and restore her toenails step by step. No pain, no shortcuts, just professional care that makes a visible difference. But be prepared. We are going to talk about some stressful situations, some drama, and some product information. So be prepared.
I do miss Midwest parenting. It's totally different here.
In what way? Like spoiled?
I worked in the public schools when I first got here, and I just remember watching what the dress code differences are massive, and some people are like, oh well, the climate's warmer here, and it's like we were not allowed to wear tank tops under no circumstances.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about the part where I talk about my network map. I'm going to know for sure who stayed to watch the video when you hear about that drama.
Yeah, it's absurd.
It is. And parents don't dissuade their kids off, like, we don't let our daughter wear makeup, or she puts Vaseline on her eyelashes. But, like, she has friends, she just turned 13, she has 12-year-old friends who wear full face with foundation.
I've always wanted to make a parody video of all of the layers of crap people put on their face that they don't need.
Yeah!
I'm like, let's see. No one needs 6 shades of any kind of makeup to blend. Like, that's just ridiculous. And the amount of time that they spend doing it.
Baking and setting and all these terms. I was watching a video because I just did not understand some of the stuff she was talking about and her friends were talking about. And so I was like, I didn't realize, to your point, how many layers they put on their face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At 12. And it's just, I told my kids, your skin is your biggest organ on your body. Like, why would you want to coat it with a bunch of chemicals?
And then they don't wash their face well because they're lazy. Then they get acne. And then it's a whole vicious cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas I don't remember any of my friends wearing makeup at 12 and 13.
No, never. I didn't start wearing makeup until I was in the 10th grade.
Oh. I think, yeah. I was like 16, I think. My parents were really strict, but...
Yeah, I ran track, played basketball. I mean, I was into sports, but...
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of stuff is what I mean. Just like, they just seem to grow up too fast.
The most liked comment is coming up in about 90 seconds.
It just doesn't feel like there's much wholesome left anywhere.
I know. is so true. I remember when my daughter was growing up and like going to the store to look for shoes, like when she was really small, like 6 or 7, and seeing they made like high-heeled sandals for kids that age. My husband was like, what is happening to the world? Like, why would a little girl wear wedge sandals at that age?
No.
So weird. Yeah.
Yeah, let's mess up their hips.
Yeah, and their lower backs. Yeah.
The most important formative years of their lives.
I know. Because they look quote unquote cute. Yeah, I know. Yeah. My mom was like, the Midwest has changed. They were, because they just moved in the last few years. She's like, I don't think it's what, she's like, I just think it's, the times are different.
This week's most liked comment is actually an apology. They don't happen very often, but when they do, I do really appreciate it. This person says, Mrs. Halloway, I apologize for a comment I made to one of your many videos. I needed to see some others. I'm sorry. I still think that you should wear gloves and that there is perhaps incipient fungus in some of your clients. I thought it was fabulous that she recommended going to a podiatrist to a patient with their nails in a deplorable state, to say the least. You are a very professional person in your area, empathetic, kind, discreet, and very sweet. That's why I'm following her on YouTube and subscribed. Thank you for your teachings, and again, my apologies. Thank you so much. Sometimes it does take watching a handful of videos to catch on to the vibe and my goals, and I completely understand how some people can be shocked at first when they see me not wearing gloves, but they just don't understand the industry or the protocol. And I have over 800 videos now on my channel, if you can believe it. It's been just over 8 years of uploading on YouTube. The time has just flown by. I counted last week and I still have about 200 videos to edit, and I'm still filming clients every single week. So I have so much more to share with you guys. So I do hope that you choose to subscribe and come along on the ride with us for when we hit that 1 million subscriber mark. I hope you're here for it.
Someone told me that it was going to rain some, I think, next week leading up to Christmas.
It's going to get really cold. Well, cold, relatively speaking.
Right.
The high's 57.
Compared, right. It's not going to be -20 like Michigan.
No, is that what it is now there?
I don't know now, but
Oh.
in December, yeah, like it gets cold.
I have a lot of family in New York, and one of my family members flying into New York this week. It was 60 degrees in Jersey, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, Friday and
Strange.
Saturday rain, high of 55. Yeah.
How old are your kids now?
13 and 15. Really, it's a hard age.
The hardest age.
It is.
The hardest.
And I'm just coming to terms that we're probably a little bit more strict than some of their peers. Like, because my son's friends are all getting their driver's license, and I do not like him driving with them far or late.
No.
And their parents let them drive to the mall and stay out till like 11.
Isn't there curfew?
Yeah, I think it's like 11. But
It was 10 in Michigan.
yes, same in Ohio. It was early. And I just don't like it. It scares me. We live in a big city, you know? Like, we won't let him get his he can't have we pretty, like, advocate for no C's in our house, and you don't get a license or a car if you have C's. It's a hard age. Middle school girls are, like, it's just, yeah. I asked my parents, I was like, you could have them for like 5 years, 6 years, too, because they love spending time with the kids, and I'm like, they could stay for like 5 years.
They're always better for grandma and grandpa at that age.
I know. Like, does it get better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not till their 20s though, right?
Mm-hmm.
That just seems like so long. So far away. My son is a good kid, but he's now like really frustrated with like the staying out late and driving around with your friends who just got their license.
Yeah, at that age, all they do is try to figure out how to get away with everything
Yeah, pretty much.
when there's rules.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're strict about like a lot of his friends' parents don't care how late they stay up on a school night. Like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
What are you doing up at 1 o'clock?
What you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Keep them in sports. They get sleepy after practice.
Oh, they're both in really competitive soccer.
Yeah.
But we're in a downswing because of the holidays, so they have time.
Yeah.
They don't normally have time.
They don't understand how important sleep is to their body and their whole rhythm of their systems.
Yeah. And she has friends whose parents drop them off at the mall at 13 and leave. Yeah, see, that was my expression. They think I'm so strict that I'm like, no, I'm going to drop a group of 13-year-old, like three 13-year-old girls by themselves.
It's like, sorry, it's because I love you.
Yeah. My daughter's like, it's Scottsdale Fashion Square. It's not a big deal. And I'm like,
Yeah, where do you think people go?
And we have some of the highest. I was like, no, sorry. Even for boys. So, it is so hard. I was like, maybe I should move back to a small town in Southwest Ohio. I don't get it. 20. Yeah, because I remember 20 being easier between me and my parents. 20s.
So I thought, as a parent, oh, I'm going to prevent all of this stuff because I would hear these terrible stories from my clients. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't want that to happen to my kids. So I would go home and I would say, listen, when you start going through puberty, you're going to turn into a real jerk. And you're going to do this and this and this. So when that time comes, oh, yeah. I was like, when that time comes, we're not going to have these issues. Like, you're going to say, oh, yeah, Mom told me about this. And it's just my hormones. And I'm going to calm down because she does know better. And they're like, oh, whatever, it's not, no. And then when it happened,
did they remember it?
I was like, do you remember when I told you? And they were like, yeah, but they still wanted their way.
They did.
So I think it probably made it better than it might have been.
Yeah.
But I was like, look, you're being irrational. Like, I'm your mother. I know it's best. I've lived life. I'm protecting you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't realize that we've lived life. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to tell you all the stories, but I feel like you should, so you should realize that, like, there's nothing, like, I know all the tricks.
Right?
Yeah. I know all the tricks. My husband's...
Yeah, I never knew boys could have temper tantrums. I was like, what is this?
I know. I didn't have brothers. Did you grow up with brothers?
My brother was the youngest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's 8 years younger. So
yeah.
when I was in high school, he was
Right, he's so
still
little.
young.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know boys could have tantrums either. Yeah. And they're almost scarier because they don't happen very often. You're like, whoa. Letting out suppressed emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, too, the level of connectivity they have with their friends with phone is hard to manage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're able to do planning that I was never able to do because the phone was connected to the wall and everyone could hear you.
Yeah, you were running home from school, waiting for the phone to ring.
Trying to get it before your siblings or your parents did. Yeah. We recently had our house inside repainted and I moved, we had a cork board on the wall in the kitchen. We have one there and underneath is an old phone jack, like a wall jack. And my kids were like, what is that? And I was like, it's for the phone that plugs into the wall. And they were like, can we get one? And I was like, you have no idea what that means, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to stand there and talk on it. And they were like, but they make the ones that, like, don't have a cord. And I was like, yeah, but, like, the one you're talking about has a cord. But they were so enthralled. They were like, oh, we should get one. It would be so cool.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's only cool because you don't actually understand how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were so funny. My parents had an old tape deck Walkman, and they gave it to the kids to see what the kids. This was a few years ago. What the kids would say, and the kids had no idea what it was. You know, they were like, "What is it? Like, what do you do with it?" And they gave them a tape to put in, and finally, so they could then hit play and listen. And the kids were like, "Oh my God, this is one of those things."
Yes, there's music on it.
Yeah. We're like, you used to be able to put the tape in the car. They were like, what? Yeah. It's so funny.
They don't even make computers with disc players anymore either.
Oh, I know. Wild. Crazy. Yeah, it's weird. Technology's changed so fast.
We are at the halfway mark, and I want to tell you guys that there are 20 before and after photos that you're going to love at the end, and I can't wait to hear your comments about the topics that we bring up shortly.
I can see the regrowth. It's I know.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Brand
You know what I
new.
realized too is the nail mycosis I bought on Amazon from the company is different than the one you gave me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been having FDA issues.
The one you gave me is actually working.
Mm-hmm.
The one that they sell on Amazon
They
is...
changed the ingredients.
Yes! Have you heard that before?
Yes, we've been dealing with it for 2
Oh
years.
my god! And the consistency is watery when
Yeah.
you... Yeah, the one I had from before.
This is the product you want. It's called Restore Nail. It has no water, it has
That's
no
actually
glucose
scandalous.
in it. Anything with water or glucose in it will actually make
They
nail
do that to
fungus
people.
worse.
Well, it's the FDA.
Oh, they don't require them to...
They weren't cleared.
Oh, so they were selling without FDA approval and certification in the States.
Yeah.
Wow, so the FDA caught on. That's good. They probably got fines. It's a
I
big
have
deal.
no idea.
Yeah. I used to import raw coffee and distribute it across the U.S., and the FDA is pretty serious about their certifications. And inspections usually. Well, I don't know, on the ag side they are. I would imagine for health and beauty, just with how much people are selling now. Wow. It's crazy how many products are on the market for toenail fungus. They're not, like, responsible in their marketing.
I'd love to hear from you today in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from and if you're subscribed or not. 53% of my viewers are still not subscribed. So 46% of my views come from my subscriber base, but I would love for more of my viewers to actually click and subscribe so you know when I upload my next video and we can share more information with you. So tell me whether or not you are a subscriber. It's free to click the subscribe button. There's no cost for that. So I hope you do.
They're just taking their chances whether or not it's going to get stopped in customs. See, the smaller boxes of stuff, they're not checking, but the larger quantities they check and then they ship it back.
Right.
So they send us a letter and say, your shipment was flagged and is being, you have to refuse delivery, and then they send it back to the origination.
Yeah. Oh. I'm surprised because I'm surprised the U.S. I didn't know that about the FDA because usually they have stricter regulations in the EU for manufacturing chemicals, additives, that they would require that. But maybe this company's been giving them such a hard time in other areas. The FDA is just like, you know what, you have to come here. You want to manufacture. Because everything's electronic, so all the flagging they track. FDA does. They know how and where you've been flagged or what. They just don't have enough people at the ports either for the smaller inspections. Wow, so that's intense. That's awesome. Okay, that's great. It'll be on your website?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just applied for our trademarks and all of that.
Our Restore Nail product is such a huge milestone for us after all the late nights, the design, formulation, energy, and persistence. It just feels amazing to see this product come full circle. What started as a challenge is now a product in people's hands, bringing real results and joy to clients everywhere. And we're so proud of the journey and even more grateful for the happy customers who are now part of our story. Thank you so much. Now you're going to hear about a situation. Sometimes clients reach out to me with feedback about technicians they've seen through my referral map, and when that happens, my responsibility is to protect the client's trust. I contact the technician directly, open a conversation, and give them the chance to share their perspective. If practices differ from what clients expect after watching my education, I ask the technician to clearly state their approach so clients can make an informed choice. And if that clarity isn't possible, I may remove them from the map. It's never about forcing anyone to do things my way. It's about keeping the client experience consistent with what they were led to expect. So if you're a nail technician looking to grow your pedicure practice by incorporating the methods I teach and would like to get listed on my referral map, email me at contact@themeticulousmanicurist.com and I can tell you all about the approach.
She was doing a gel on top of the nail and calling it like a medical gel or something.
No, there's no medical term in the nail industry.
No, and I remember your videos like stay away from gel, and I was like, oh god. Yeah. No, my husband works in healthcare too, so he was like, you're never supposed to put anything on the nail.
No, there's some products that they say, reconstructive toenail restoration. If somebody has a wedding or something to go to and they want to look nice, but if anybody has nail fungus on their toenails and you're using it to cover it up, it only makes it worse.
It'll breed the
It
fungus.
just makes it worse.
Yeah.
So you might have helped the person for temporary, but then they're never going to come back to you because they're going to be angry that their fungus got worse.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I feel like people would believe you and your product over whatever the salons are selling. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe they doubled their prices. That's so scandalous.
Yeah, I've had somebody who I got a complaint. I contacted the girl to say I'd like to discuss this with you and give you the opportunity to tell me your version or your side of the story. And she just got super defensive. She wouldn't tell me her side of the story. And she just said, I don't care, take me off the map. And I was like, I'm giving you the opportunity. I didn't say I was going to take you off the map. I just said, we need to discuss this so you can change your marketing. And the client also said she was talking shit about me. And I'm like, so I need for you to tell me how you were bad-mouthing me to have a client, 2 clients actually, call me. Yes, call me and tell me you were, like their exact words, talking shit about me and saying that everything I do is wrong.
What?
Yes. So when I contacted her, I said, I'd like to discuss this with you. You know, let's have a conversation. And her attitude was just like, no, I don't give a shit. Take me off the map then. But now she's going into Facebook groups and bad-mouthing me, telling me, well, you can't do anything. She'll just take you off the map if you don't do things her way. And I'm like, that's not true.
No.
You were removed from the map for other behavior, not because you weren't doing things my way.
Right.
And I called you to discuss it. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the clients trust me,
Yeah.
who I'm referring to the map.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do things my way. You just have to inform the client that you're not.
Right.
Because if you're leading them to believe and they're finding you from my map and then they're getting there and you're
doing it different,
completely doing something different, they're upset.
Yeah. I think I told you I thought it was a fluke when I saw you on there because I was trying to convince my husband I'm going to Detroit. And he was like, you're crazy. And I was like, I'm going. And that was after I saw the woman on the west side was off. And I was like, that's so weird. I'm just going to go to Detroit. And then I looked like another month later and I was like, wait, is that her? Is she here? How did I get so lucky?
It's funny.
Yeah. Because there aren't many in Arizona.
There aren't many in lots of states because other nail technicians say, well, you're not allowed to do that and you shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, nope, everything that I do is completely in the law for me to do.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. They're saying it's related to the board. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, we just don't know how to
do it.
Interpret it, and if you don't want to do it, don't. But don't be telling other people that they can't.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God, it's so political.
Yes, I'm like, how do you think I've been doing it for 30 years?
Well, and you have all the videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're, like you have the documentation and the proof.
Yeah.
And clients who speak like very positively. Yeah. Take me off the map. And that people go to, like, how many clients has she gotten because of the map, right?
I don't know. I didn't even ask.
I'm sure a lot. Because people are looking for the solution. If they find you on YouTube, they're going to go to the map and be like, how do I find this in my area? Wow. Small-minded. Mm-hmm. There's not much you can do for people like that, unfortunately. been through it.
You don't even know the half of it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Being a business owner is hard. I have done it as well. With my coffee, I was started selling. It was from Latin America. And I started selling to specialty coffee roasters, and it got to a point where I realized that most of the coffee that comes into specialty roasters, meaning like not your Costco's or like the big brands, comes in through 2 ports, one on each coast, and they're major warehouses, and the distributor basically controls all the coffee coming into these roasters. And they wanted to become the distributor for my coffee, and I would not agree. And oh my god, they started trying to make things hell for me at the ports. Right, because they have contacts with the brokers and the clearance and the customs. And my first 40-foot container, they at the Port of Long Beach called me and said the FDA wants to inspect your coffee, and they have up to 6 weeks, the broker.
And then they charge you fees
every
to keep.
day.
I know. Yeah.
And I was in labor with my son when they called. And so I was like, oh my god. And so I called my broker, and that's when he explained. He's like, well, you're now bringing in volume, and the guys that control the distribution of this type of coffee to these roasters are going to start to make it really hard for you. And same thing, but I had such a good relationship with the people that I sold to. Like, I wasn't worried, but just so political.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the relationships with the FDA and the customs, the big distributors. Ports are really strange places. Like ports of entry, things come through. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Yep. God, I remember I was talking to the buyer for Costco at one point, and he was so sexist. He was like, well, shouldn't I be talking to your husband?
Oh my gosh!
I was like, he's a nurse practitioner. He knows nothing about anything we're talking about. And it was so awkward.
More companies are owned by women now than men.
I was like, oh, and I was young. I was 27 at the time. I was like, what a jerk. Like, I didn't know what to say. Yeah. So crazy. Yeah, more companies are owned by women. Yeah.
Thanks so much for staying for the before and after photos. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about all of the topics we covered today. I did contemplate removing most of it, but I thought you all deserve to hear about the stressful parts of what makes my brand different than any other company out there. We have had to put systems and processes in place to prevent future issues with all kinds of different things like the referrals and the map, and hopefully everyone taking my education sees it as a kind of franchise opportunity without the hefty price tag. But thanks so much everyone for your time, and I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you next week. And there's 12 more photos for you to enjoy.